I asked for him. Mom tried to get hold of him, but he won't answer the phone, so he can't do it live. So I'm just recording it. So we can't make fun of him.
Great.
Or at least not much.
So we're good.
All right. So what you missed, Stephen, is we did question number 1, and we all agreed that it's just basic trig SOHCAHTOA. Just make sure you put all the answers here. It's not just asking for one thing; it's asking for any unknown right here. So there are multiple answers. We're going to skip to number which one?
7.
7. Okay. So I gave you plenty of practice there. You don't need to do them all. All right, so we have non-right triangles. So this is either going to be law of sines or law of cosines. So what do they give us?
It's definitely a triangle, so we'll just do law of sines.
Yeah, but you got to figure out if you can use law of sines. What have they given us?
2 angles, so we find the third angle.
So we have, and the side between, so this is an ASA. So remember, law of sines is ASA, or 3 of them.
Angle, angle, angle.
Angle, angle, side. There is no angle, angle, angle. And lastly, the worst one is ASS, right. So if it's ASA, AAS, or ASS, it's law of sines. And law of cosines is?
ASA.
No.
SAS.
SAS or?
SSS.
SSS. Okay. So we are in law of sine form. In order to do law of sines, you must have a side and the opposite angle. Hey, we don't have that.
We have.
But we can get it, right? Mm-hmm. So we have the 23, so we need angle C, and angle C would be 12 plus 61 minus
107.
Minus 180, and that gives us 107. 107. So C is 107. Now, Stephen, you're not going to be able to see this because I'm writing on the board, but I'll talk you through it. So we're going to set up law of sines. So we have, let's see, sine of 107 over 23, and what do we want to solve for?
Go for
little b or little a?
B.
Little b. So that would be sine of 61 over little b.
Cross multiply.
Cross multiply. So that would be b sine 107 is equal to 23 sine 61. To solve for b, we're going to get rid of sine 107. So that means divide both sides by sine 107. And we grab our handy dandy calculator, type that in. It says round nearest 10th. And remember, you can put your calculators in to change from float to 1 for significant digits for it to round for you automatically, or you can just look at your screen.
Same set of numbers and do it on the
other side.
Now,
I made a mistake when I said, hey, you want to find little b or little a? I wasn't even looking at the question. The question said AC, so we definitely needed to solve for little b. It would have been a waste of time to solve for little a. I mean, we could have got little a, but it's not even asking that question. That's how it's going to look like. It's only going to ask you to solve for one of the sides, not a bunch of them. Okay. So that was a law of sines. What's the hardest law of sine one? Angle side side. So tell me which one says angle side side. We'll do one of those. I need an angle. 2 sides.
12.
12? We'll do the other ones as well, but let's do an angle side side one. Okay, so 12 is an angle side side one. Yeah?
Yeah.
So luckily for us, this is set up exactly how we wrote it in the book. Remember, we wrote in the book, the angle is on the left side and the other 2 sides. Do you remember the 4 conditions that can happen?
1 triangle, 2 triangles, no triangle.
That's it. Yeah. 1 triangle, no triangle, or 2 triangles, right? Now, we had 4 scenarios involving H, though. The first one was, what happens if the right side is bigger than the left side? You remember what, because that's the case we're in. 28 is bigger than 14. That is automatically
you have to drop a
1 triangle. I don't do anything. You're guaranteed 1 triangle. This is the one you want. You want the left side bigger than the right. I'm not saying you can set it up that way, but if it's like that way, I don't need to consider the H value. Okay. So this is just straight up law of sines. We're doing this one or not doing this one?
No. What's 11? I think 11 could be,
Is it ASS?
yeah, it is ASS.
Okay.
Right side's also could be sure.
ASS. Okay, so here's the deal though. It's the same one. This is if we flip this around, that's bigger than that. Look on the back. Did I give you? I don't think I gave you any no triangle one. Did I give you any no triangle ones?
There's the ASS on, no, that's still bigger.
No, I meant look at the answers. Do you see any answers that are no triangle? I can set one up for us really quick. All right, let me set one up for you really quick. Unshare for a second. Go to this. Which one did we just do? 11, 12? All right, I'm going to change this to a no triangle one, just so that we can see what it looks like. Okay, so here we go. I just made this one up real quick. Okay. All right, so we got to draw a triangle. So I draw a generic triangle. I'm going to always put the angle that I'm given on the left side.
Yeah.
So 43, even though this might not.
Smaller, so 4.
So this is B, and it says little b is 4, and then the other side always goes on the left here, so that's 16. So now we got right side smaller, so we have to calculate H. Okay, so we're going to calculate H. You remember the formula for H?
H is
B sine.
And it's always going to be this number sine this angle, right? So do that real quick. So 16 sine 43.
10.9.
And 10.9 is bigger than
4.
4, so no triangle. That's what it's going to be if it's no triangle. There we go. That makes sense? Okay. Now I'm going to go back to this. Not save. Don't save. Then open back up.
This calculator is a lot faster than type 1.
Which one are you using?
Yeah, 80.
That's why we recommend that's the one. All right, back to the normal one. Share screen. Okay. Which one are we on? We need to do the law of cosines. Find me a law of cosines. SAS or SSS? 19. We can do more of these. I mean, we don't have to be restricted to just the ones I want to do. All right. How do you know this law of cosines? It says SSS, right? All right. It says find angle B. So whatever you're finding, that's going to be the letter we're going to start with. So it says capital B, so we're going to start with little b. And little b is opposite big B. So that would be 12. So we start off with, remember the formula goes B squared, so 12 squared is equal to the other two sides sum of their squares. So that would be what two numbers? 8 and 17. So 8 squared plus 17 squared minus 2 times those two numbers again, 8 and 17. And then I literally, to the other class, I gave this test, and somebody made it this far, and guess what they wrote? This is the law of cosines, and they wrote sine. So just, I mean, I understand that you can make that silly mistake, but the law of cosines uses cosine. And the angle we don't know, so cosine of B. All right, this is just now it just turns into a whole bunch of algebra, right?
144 equals 64 plus.
Me personally, I would be typing this into my calculator 17 squared is bigger than 225. What is it? 343. No, it's not right.
289.
289. Yeah. 289 minus 2 times 8 times 17 is
272. Cosine B.
cosine B.
Wait, 272.
272. Okay. All right. 64 and 289. Subtract that from 144.
64 plus 289.
And then subtract that from 144.
Negative 200.
209.
9.
And that equals negative 272 cosine B. Then we divide each side by negative 272. And that's what cosine B is. To find the final answer, we
Inverse it.
do the inverse of that. And it's positive. Don't put, well, you actually can put both negatives in if you'd like.
209.
And we get, as a final answer,
39.8.
that's what the answer says. 39.8. Michael, yay, nay? Okay. We want
try one where it's ASA
okay, so
or SAS for the
okay, find it. Law of cosines, SAS.
Okay, 22.
22. All right, SAS. What is it asking us to find? Angle A.
Yeah.
Okay, so angle A with an SAS requires us to have side A and the other two sides. We don't have the other two sides. So this one is, we got to do a little bit of messing around first.
What's the other side?
Well, that's what I'm saying.
I think
we're going to have to, instead of.
Okay, I tried to program it and it's come out.
No, I know, because here's the issue. If we're trying to find angle A, your program doesn't.
No, it's to find the other side.
Oh, that's only going to work for. Well, that actually will work. We can do that. You should be able to write that program. I was going to say, you can't solve for angle for this. You can't solve for A or B first. We can only solve for little c first. Then once we have little c, then we can solve for the angle A, either using law of sines or cosines. Okay. All right, so let's solve for little c first. So little c would be c squared is equal to the other two sides, right? Squared, so 25 squared plus 21 squared minus 2 times 25 times 21 times cosine of 95. And that's just type that whole darn thing in your calculator as it appears. And I'll give us a little c. Why not? What's it doing?
It's saying yes. For some reason.
Are you trying to write the program?
No.
Shift plus 712, unless you got some programs in it you don't want to delete. Do you have anything you want to delete or that you care if it gets deleted?
Yeah.
Then don't do this.
Yep, it did get me the answer.
Here, use mine. What'd you get?
34.02.
34.02, that sounds a reasonable answer because 95 would have to be the biggest angle. And so it's got to be bigger than 25 or 25. What, 30 what?
32. 34.
34.02.
02.
Okay, so just 34. Okay, cool. All right. So now you have some options. We could use.
Do sine 95 over 34.
So you want me to use law of sines now? Yeah. Okay.
Since we have one triangle.
Since we have one triangle. Now you just got to be careful, right? That it's not one of these no triangles or two triangle ones. Notice we turn this sideways, so the angle 95 is on the left side. 34 is bigger than 25. It's only one triangle. So we're good. We can use both sides. All right. So sine 95 over 34. Now remember, it really isn't 34. It's 34.02. I'm going to do 02. And that way I can be assured that my final answer is going to be I'm not gonna be off a tenth or something like that. Is equal to, we want to find sine of A. So sine of A over 25. Mike, are you with us? Okay, cool. So let's see, that's 25 sine, I'll try to write meter here, 95 is equal to 34.02 sine A. Divide both sides by 34.02, and then take the inverse sine of that. Okay. And that should give us the right answer. I think that's probably the most efficient way of doing it. Okay. Once again, we couldn't immediately solve for that angle A using law of cosines. Exactly 47.
47.05. So 47.
That's what their claim is, 47. There we go. All right, well done.
Is it 47 or 47?
They say 47. I bet if you retype the thing in there, just put 34, see what it says. It's probably okay.
I put in the answer, so it's 34.022.
Yeah, agreed. You got it perfect.
Yeah, 37.0.
So it still would round to the, okay, all right. I'm just always worried that if you do too much rounding and it's a multiple step problem, that you every time you round, you're inducing error. All right, more sines, cosines, are we okay?
We're good.
Yeah, all right.
Sine and cosines.
Steven, you good? All right. Next one. Oh, I'm skipping through this. Area. Hey, this is gonna be a quick test. Find the area of a triangle. Remember, we have two formulas for area of a triangle. One is for the case of SAS, and the other one is the case of SSS. So SAS, the formula is K for area is equal to 1/2. What is it? AB sine C.
43.
And then SSS, K is equal to the square root of S times S minus A times S minus B times S minus C, where S is defined as 1/2 of A plus B plus C. All right. So we're in the SAS category. We're supposed to take the two sides in the included angle, take half in the sine of the included angle. So let's see, that would be 1/2. This is just a plug and chug thing. 12 times 9 times the sine of 126. Shame on you if you get this wrong, because it literally, I mean, could you type in the word cosine by accident? Sure, I guess.
What was the answer to the first one?
It's just round to the nearest tenth, and you got
43.6.
And that would be square units. Square.
Square kilometers.
There you go.
Square.
Now you got it. You got 43.7?
Yep.
Okay. Do an SSS one, or you want to do another one of these?
Do an SSS one, because I think we have these programmed. So
all right.
it just kind
Yeah,
of
but none of my programs.
You're doing something.
It's like so weird. Like none of them. Like I have this degree one.
Do you want
And
to
it says
just
yes.
reset it and I'll send
Whenever
it?
I do anything.
I've never seen that before ever.
I don't need to. And like I click something.
Go into your program. Go into each individual program. What in the world? I don't know. Why is the cursor even over there? Why isn't the cursor on the command line? Your calculator is possessed. All right. Okay, let's see. So we need to calculate S first. Yikes, how come they couldn't give us nice friendly numbers? 8 plus 7 is 15, plus 4.5 is 19.4, and half of 19.
Why is yes stuck in it?
We don't know. And half of 19.4 is what, 9.7? So that's what S is. S is 9.7. So I need to do the square root of 9.7 times 9.7 minus, it doesn't matter which one's A, B, or C, just pick one, minus 8 times 9.7 minus 4.4 times 9.7 minus 7. And I'm definitely grabbing a calculator.
15.4.
15.4 square. Square yards.
Did you finish your?
There we go. You must have done something. So usually when it says yes or no, you're asking it a logic question like, is it positive or something like that? Or is it negative? It'll say yes or no. It's kind of like a true or false thing. And there's a bunch of logic questions that you can ask. Is it greater than 0? Is it less than 0? And then it'll reply with either a true or false or a yes or no. Usually it's true or false. Oh, by the way, that's the whole test. Yes? We want to do any more of those law of sines cosines, or we okay with the ASS one? That's the
Yeah,
one.
we're fine.
Okay.
Do you think you can send? Do you have a link table?
I might.
I'm pretty sure you're one for the Roman.
Yeah, go look in that.
Because if you can send it to me, we can try and reset his calculator.
Go look in that box, the small cardboard box to your left. Down, left, right there. I think that's where I put all the stuff. The robot. All right, Stephen, if you get this and you're still alive and you have questions, send me the questions. If you're not ready for the test, I'll give you an extra day. But if you are ready for the test, you'll take the test tomorrow. And we will end the broadcast here.
Oh, it works. You can. It'll work enough. You can use it'll let you do whatever. You just need stuff.